So, as I said in the other day's stream, we are playing Death and Faeology for the Choose Wisely Festival. Now, there are only 2 days, and I repeat, 2 days where we're playing full demos and or games. I don't know which days, but I know if I have time this week, we'll stream possibly 3, but we'll have a full day of demos too. Otherwise, I might stream one of the games another day because I want to geek out with all of you and not on a stream that developers can possibly see. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Now, as I said, we're playing Death and Faeology! Yes! Guys, I am not normal about Death and Faeology, and when it comes out, those developers are getting my fucking money. That's not a joke, by the way. The developers will be getting my fucking money. Guys, when I first played this game during the Fall in Love Festival, I absolutely adored it. But now, we're playing the full demo. Da da da! Just gotta get it pulled up. Yep. Okay. There we go. Yay! Okay. None of my loaded was. So, we are solo. I might have raged too much in Marvel Rivals earlier, okay, chat? Look, I was focused on getting Scarlet Witch to fucking captain rank. Alright. Proceed. Grading first year's assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I ought to remind myself that theology is a relatively recent science, only a couple decades old. Like these, no, I'm kidding. This university, the only theology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905! Guys, Walt Disney was 4! I'm trying to be funny, guys. I'm trying to get better. I'm in a very good mood. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples, ushering princesses into eternal sleep. A reference to the Cottingland fairies is one I could understand since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned phaeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known him.
The Cottingland fairies again?
Yes, and princesses' eternal slumber due to poisoned apples.
We don't care much for human princesses, but making poisoned apples is a rather easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that fae folk is capable of more than that? At the same time showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch?
I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that.
I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that.
Besides, if other phaeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you. Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen.
I've always appreciated you pursuing phaeology to ensure that.
This is the least I could do. I'm sorry, guys. I need to geek out. This game is beautiful in all aesthetics, and I love how it's set up, and I love it. Okay. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then.
Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me.
I would never. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality.
While you're on break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon?
That's right. Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieve the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Solar, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Leos Gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes and invigorating company. When I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do write to me sometime before Saturday.
That's tomorrow's date, isn't it?
Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Hankel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krause hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened? I found myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter.
I'm getting cozy. Yeah.
Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Yet you speak very little of him, Hal, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours.
Aww.
The letter is signed, your everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged himself in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out, "Come in, Minnie!" My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. "Professor." "Yes, Minnie?" "Are you talking to yourself again?" "That's right. You know me." "I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when to not to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here." "Who?" "That police detective from the newspapers." "Police detective?" Even as I echo those two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumble the papers and toss them in the trash can. In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. Detective Theodore Krause? Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if by the magic of the fairy tales I malign, the ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? That depends. Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, look who the cat dragged in. See, she's angry, but I just changed it because I just want to... I forget I need a drink for these streams. I don't know if anybody's here, but somebody use the redeem, if you can. Not even a, how do you do? What, did nicety suddenly mean something to you? I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. Da-da-da. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. The icy silence. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that sounds like relief. Here are things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left. Even that oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. The handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitching. He's lying. What should I do with this information? I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. I withdrew my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I'd forgotten what his hand feels like. I was only kidding. Although you really haven't changed much, have you? You just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tale of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Want to take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people. You must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. Gee, that stings a little. So why would you... Hold on a minute. You think that this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. What am I doing? I'm home alone. I'm having a fucking party. Who the fuck are you? Okay, I'll be nice. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mythical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? I know this must be hard for you, but I can't help if you don't say anything. He sighs. You're right. As difficult it is to admit, the things you told me about before about fairies and whatnot might have helped to make sense of this case. But I have to say, for the sake of my sanity, I still don't believe they exist. Fair enough. He appears pleasantly surprised by my answer, as though he was expecting a quarrel right around the corner. Little did he know, I've learned that it's moot to try to explain the otherworldly beings to him. So what makes this case so significant? How do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I heard the sound of a chuckle under it hit the Brett like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the type that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death, he pauses. This is where the fairies came in. He silently stares and then sighs. I swear, I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit had never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. He is sick and tired of our bullshit. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Just like how I need some fucking hydration, but there's nobody here that can free me so I can get hydration. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on the victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? The city's already running on fumes. Crime's becoming more rampant by the day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rising crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet, I am unsure of what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders be exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. No matter the cost. No matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlives in high places. He exhaled sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. He curls his lips into almost a smile. I don't mind at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples, which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death, I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I'd bring something up from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in. Nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for the possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Woo! My throat! I'm dying! Chokes and dies. Chokes and dies. Yes, of course, they're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour at full tilt. Who? That man? I'd said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Theo had said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off and always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspaper, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he's got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel, but it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there's never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business, 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 business!
Is this working?
Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or energy to be arguing with him. What should I do? We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know. Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Sure, I believe you. No, he doesn't. Excuse me. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right. It's not my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure you keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events.
I will.
While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case? That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile, as though in quite agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know about using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood. He has fallen silent, somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if through your investigation you can provide solid theories on 3 things. The culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives. Supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation. An earthly one, for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that you know. We have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers are getting close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare to take on this challenge? Do I? Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin to his almost consistently brooding expression. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Aye, sir. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but you'll also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. I gotta get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had stopped the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. How do you? Before I can finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I hear the door closed. Hey! I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk in my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine while we were still together. I could only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. Chat, I need to get a drink. I am sorry. BRB screen, activate. Okay, Chad, I'm back. Chad, I needed a drink so badly. You understand, right, Chad? Right. 'Cause you adore me. Ah. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again, now that we're all alone.
That was quite the reunion.
It was quite the reunion indeed. Hasn't changed at all, has he?
I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him.
I know, but I've already agreed.
Very well. Just don't overwork yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissues, could be one of the fairy curses, ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this, and which one. But it is not that simple. Even if they are my longtime companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they're secretive about their land too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a paper and pen and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have been. Should I be hyperbolic? More fruitful than they have been in the centuries you've been roaming around amongst their lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I have been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Leos Gala a couple months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? I still don't have a definitive answer for you at present, I'm afraid. I sincerely apologize for my indecisiveness. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask her how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I've now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Krause, as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? I murmur under my breath. As for Theo, I must be honest that sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. However, such thoughts are fleeting at best. I have not a single moment of regret over the decision to end it. Upon signing off, I seal the letter with wax. I then turn towards my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something?
You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you?
Indeed. Time is of the essence here. As always, please take care to not catch anybody's attention. I'll see you by tomorrow morning, I'm sure.
It would be my pleasure.
Thank you, Oz.
I'm off. I'll see you later today.
I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go to with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yes, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable, eerie feelings. Eerie feelings. I'm not gonna run paparazzi right. I'm just trying my best right now to breathe. This is a lot. Ah! But we're making it. Wahoo! Yeah, let's go. I should start the investigation right away. Okay. So, hang on, wait. So, okay. Okay, so drag and drop item from inventory to the desk. Select an item in the records and press the icon to open the inspector and read insights you've gathered. However, the magnifying glass above an evidence to access the information and see the details in it. It is a blacklight to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end the investigation. So, case 1. So, let's put this here. Okay. I'm not gonna run. Okay. Okay. This is case 1. So, okay. So this is what we want. Okay. The first victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encounter something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. So, I think this is when in the book we look. Something's odd with her fingers. So lost. Okay. So that's how it's done. Name, Audrey Wooldridge, age 51 years old. Manner of death, hardening into bony tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, around 1 p.m. Victim's profile, affluent, middle-aged woman in the city. Victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, of involvement in occult matters. No traces of drugs or poisons. Further autopsy. Wooldridge. Now that's a familiar name. Okay. I'm just pulling that out. Okay. Let's take a look at this picture. This seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion. It's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than should be possible. Almost drained of color. Something's odd with her fingers. So she's also got something wrong with her fingers. Okay. Okay. Name Susan Moore, age 40 years old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Okay, another one. Ooh, a prolonged paranoid episode. Ooh, joy! Joy, joy, joy. Victim acting erratically, saying strange things, occurring. No signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis? Oh. Okay. This is the one that doesn't have the blood iron. This is the one that doesn't have the blood that has the iron. Okay, okay, okay. So. Thank you. Next victim. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. What is up with this and the... Are these fairies trying to, like, do something with the fingers? Or what? I'm not gonna run. Edna Niblett, age 64 years old. Oh, she gnawed on her own fingers. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. She was gonna give an invitation. Ooh, acting strange at parties and went to check on the victim's well-being. Ooh, an emotionally charged conversation. Ooh. No drugs, poisons. This is another one that doesn't have iron in the blood. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's see what we've got on both of them. Okay. Got it. Let's see what's up with this lady. The fourth victim. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. So she's got to be a youngin', but she's the only one that didn't have something wrong with her fingers. Which is weird, because all the other ones have. She was 19! Okay, they killed somebody my age! Oh! Poison! It was poison! Oh, hang on, I gotta do... It was poison! It was poison! I told you guys, it was poison! What the fuck is wrong with me? So, shock from arsenic poisoning. Oh, this is the young factory girl. Oh, this is who was... Okay. Not acting like herself. Victim visited the police station. Franklin confessing. Look at terror. Changed her mind. She left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Interesting. Oh, abdominal cramping and diarrhea and vomiting. Ah, arsenic poisoning. Yeah. It was poison! Oh, type A blood. Okay, this blood has the irons. Okay. So I don't think the Fae messed with her all that much. I don't think the Fae messed with her all that much. But let's take a look at this picture. So this middle-aged woman in the colored blouse is the victim. I guess the elderly man in the suit is her father. Okay, so there's a few folks. Brother. So this is just a casual little family photo. So that's just the Wooldridge family. Got it. So, okay, so the pearls. So we're just looking through the photos. Nothing odd. Wait a minute. If nothing looks odd, maybe. I saw something on her there. It's only on them, though. What is this? Okay, so it's a makeup powder. Okay, so, and there's gotta be something, maybe. It's already used up, so I don't think we have any point in looking at it. Oh, wedding ring. If that's made out of gold. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Come in. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yes, she's just out the door. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. All right, send her in. Minnie nods. Oh! Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has been only 3 years since she has worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not.
Good evening, Professor.
Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report.
Here you go.
Thank you. So what have you found?
The most peculiar thing that there is no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related?
Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of the case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask the patient or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? As I return, I've noticed her voice has taken on a...
This is so exciting! Are you working with the police?
Does this mean that we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in newspapers, are we? Aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots, too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself! It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. The specific sound is familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. Special delivery! Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of Huckleberry muffins for your office. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office.
Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus.
She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me.
The usual matters, I suppose.
I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. I don't trust him.
The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry's department benefactor. Then all their secrets are yours.
A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking.
Oh, but I'm not buying that. Not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor?
Well, no, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier.
With a bit of delicate leverage, naturally.
Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. My throat is dying, chat. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Hankel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guards down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. Suppose it's time to take my leave. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Oh boy. Oh, okay. I'm going Rayford. Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Rayford glances at me, and then at Mr. Henkel, and then back at me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile.
Are you sure, Professor?
And then out a resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes. Ooh.
Would you mind coming back another day?
I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course, I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible, I promise. Okay, so they're exchanging goodbyes, and then he leaves, and we're back with Florence. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples, and also something more pressing.
So it is true. You are working with the police.
Suppose Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case.
Oh, do I sense some old flame flickering back to life?
Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of, ooh, she don't believe us. So, I would also like to ask you for your information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families.
All right. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, although I do need your sworn secrecy on this.
Of course. I'm adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analyzed are part of the evidence in this case, right?
That's right. Let us begin. So we tell her the fundamental facts, and she only is...
Interesting.
Okay. Ooh.
Is this Mrs. Wooldridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of the... well...
Ooh. Yes, you're correct. What do you know of her?
Everyone knows her and her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the city, the elites of the elites. Accordingly, their circle consists of only very selective people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events.
Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters?
Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult matters?
It's possible. It's a possible.
Mrs. Moore! We've met once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Occasionally I would see her and her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Oh yes, I know her. Although I can't seem to recall her name.
Mrs. Niblet.
That's right. I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse, since they came from God knows where.
Do you happen to know this girl?
Unfortunately, no, I don't know her.
Okay, yeah. This is...
Ah, yes! It was everywhere in the papers. When her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Mrs. Wooldridge's stepbrother.
Do you know anything about these people?
Aside from being fabulously wealthy and well-known, not particularly.
This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them?
Well, I've heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, from whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Then she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur. They were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away when just when she needed it most. Goodness, what happened to this coin? It feels quite icky to the touch, isn't it? Ah, my parents' greatest achievement.
It's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup. How popular is this powder among high society?
The Powder has been the craze lately among the higher upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement.
Well, I'll be.
This is tomorrow's gala. I'm not going to be there.
I didn't know you were into opera.
My late husband and I used to go there for one of our date nights.
Oh.
Speaking of which, I spotted Detective Krause's at the Met during last month's performance. He appeared to be enjoying the opera, accompanied by a tall, attractive, blonde woman. It was quite the unexpected sight. I never took him for an admirer of opera.
Well, that's a new one from me.
My, you proposing to me?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. The most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it? That it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all?
Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in red-colored blood?
Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample.
Yes, that was reported by the forensics team too. One wonders who could have done such a thing to a poor girl.
Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract. But I'm sure the detective has asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? I've done my best to put all the details there, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample.
I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now.
Is that so? Well, all right.
Earlier, you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful.
It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else.
I give her a brief nod. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Okay, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. And then he's gone. And we got some time to look over all the new evidence. And I can look at this again. Let's see here. Okay, we have the blood sample report. So we have phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins. There's third victim with no iron, more phosphorus in that, and possible for the blood of a fairy. Fourth victim is human blood with traces of arsenic. Oh, I thought. Yeah, well, she did a good job. So this is the one with the arsenic. It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professional duties. And we're just focused on the office door. And we're voicing our frustrations to the fairy. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. Why should it do so now?
This time, he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective.
Okay, chat, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna save. Because if I want to keep playing this another day. Chat, my throat genuinely is hurting right now. And that's something I kind of need so I can go to work tomorrow. But I thank you all for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I think next stream we're gonna play more of Irene the Window, which is another game we did play during the Fall in Love Festival. However, again, it's another game we did not play fully. So this one we played more. So we played more of Death and Faeology this time, and it was an absolute blast, and I had so much fun. I thought that was like a really cool aspect of the game. I really liked that. But you know, adulting duties are calling. I gotta do some laundry for my grandmother. I also have to prepare to go to bed soon. I may be young, but I feel like an old lady half the time. So anyways, Starlights, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Bye-bye! 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 Bye-bye!